The Dell XPS 13 is an amazing Ultrabook. I've ranked it first in 4 different top 5 videos, and that's because it has amazing battery life and performance, a slim design, and a beautiful display. But in 2018, is the XPS 13 still worth your money? Hey YouTube, how's it going? My name's Jonathan, and in this video, I'm gonna answer that question. So really fast, before I begin the video, I want to give a shout out to the Baylor University bookstore for giving me the opportunity to review this laptop. The Baylor bookstore is located on Baylor University campus and sells a variety of tech gear from all kinds of companies. In addition, it's a licensed AppleCare and Dell repair shop, and it serves people from all over the Waco area. If you're looking for a new tablet, laptop, or desktop, it's a great place to go. But with that said, let's talk about the XPS 13. One thing you might already have noticed about the laptop I have is that this is the XPS 13 9360, which is not the most recent version of the laptop. That means it's missing the 8th generation Intel architecture, the slightly similar design, and the new camera location. With that said though, the reason why I chose this laptop to review is pretty simple. The XPS 13 9360 still has 2 USB-A 3.0 ports, whereas the 9370 removes them altogether to accommodate for the slimmer design. In addition, the 9360 actually sports a bigger battery than the newer model, although to be honest, this difference is probably pretty negligible since the 9370 has improved thermals and a more efficient CPU. Everything else about the XPS 13 9360 though is pretty much identical to the most recent version of Dell's laptop. My favorite features from previous generations are all here. For starters, the XPS 13's design is absolutely stunning. The lid and bottom surface of the laptop are made from CNC machined aluminum, and the sides are made from soft touch carbon fiber. When you open the laptop, you'll find a deck with a crosshatch design and what might be the most comfortable palm rests I've ever used. The hinge that moves the lid is also one of the strongest and tightest I've ever seen, which gives the laptop a high quality feel but does require 2 hands to open. The screen is obviously Dell's Infinity Edge display, which has almost no bezels at all on the sides and top, and places the webcam beneath the screen. Even the 1080p version of the laptop offers richly colored detailed pictures and really wide viewing angles. Whether you're watching nature documentaries, browsing the web, playing a game, or doing anything else that has lots of brightly colored images, you'll really notice the fine details and vibrant colors in whatever you're doing. What's really nice is the panel doesn't reflect that much ambient light at all, and you can scale the screen's brightness way up, so multiple people can be crowded around the computer and enjoy the same viewing experience. Speaking of your experience using this laptop, typing on the Dell XPS 13 is actually really enjoyable. The keys don't have that much travel, I believe it's something like 1.22mm, but as I already mentioned, the palm rests are quite simply amazing. The carbon fiber deck feels really soft under your wrists, and it will allow you to reach really high typing speeds if you're trying to dash out a paper or compose an email. The trackpad meanwhile is fairly smooth, it is just enough friction to stop your finger from sliding around, and it's actually really accurate. You'll be able to use all kinds of multi-touch gestures like a 3-finger swipe and zooming in and out with 2 fingers. Now with regards to performance, the XPS 13 9360 uses Intel's 8th generation core processor platform, also known as Kaby Lake Refresh, and honestly it's pretty fast. Once I got my laptop set up and working, its i5 CPU, 256GB solid state drive, and 8GB of RAM allowed me to keep 10 to 15 tabs open while editing Microsoft Word documents and listening to music in the background with no real delay. When I tested the XPS 13 using Geekbench, I got a single core score of 2734 and a multi-core score of 5172, which is very competitive with the category average and over 50% better than the previous generation XPS 13 model. Since I do play a fair number of games, I did want to test the XPS 13 with a couple of choices in my library. I will say it performed fairly well, but I do have a much more in-depth games test coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Overall, the XPS 13 is definitely a solid choice for 2018. The fact that even the last generation 9360 model is still a good deal says a lot about this laptop. If you decide to get the 9360, that starts at about $700 for the i3 CPU, 4GB of RAM, 128GB SSD, and 1080p non-touch display, or if you decide to get the 9370, you can get a pretty much equivalent configuration with an i5 processor for $900 instead. Obviously, you can scale both configurations way up. I believe the most expensive model for the 9370 comes with a Core i7 CPU, 16GB of RAM, a 1TB SSD, and a 4K touch display, and sells for $2,450. Even though the XPS 13's design is very traditional, its amazing battery life, fast performance, lightweight design, and beautiful screen keep it being one of the very highest quality laptops around. But with that said, let me know what you think of this laptop in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the review, make sure to subscribe and click the bell to get notified when I post new videos, and with that said, I will see you next time.